so far, when it comes to Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot appearing together to do Snow White press events, you've been right, Jay. They have not been together yet. The one time we saw them together was actually at the Oscars when it created a massive controversy, when body language experts come out, when people are taking clips and this and that. And it's like, wow, they look very uncomfortable together. And not once while they were presenting at the Oscars did they even make eye contact or look at each other amid this rumored feud between them, primarily over politics, as obviously Gal Gadot is Israeli and Rachel Zegler very much on the hashtag Free Palestine bandwagon, probably like most 23-year-old liberals. But when it comes to what they have to do to actually promote this movie, so far it looks like Disney is tightly controlling everything that Rachel Zegler is a part of, including canceling the UK Snow White premiere to avoid any negative publicity because reportedly they were frightened of anti-woke backlash for Rachel Zegler. And when you look at the press tour so far, Rachel Zegler has gone out to Tokyo and not really done a press tour and press junket, but more just, hey, I'm going to give a performance here. I'm going to appear at this. Now, supposedly, she's supposed to be doing some things in Europe. I think she's headed to Spain right now. Gal Gadot is the one who right now is doing all of these interviews by herself, apparently. Good Morning America put this out yesterday.
We're having a little laugh here with our next guest, who was a big screen superhero in the Wonder Woman movies. Now, Gal Gadot is taking on a very different role as the evil queen in the new live-action Snow White. Gal, it's great to have you here. Welcome back to GMA.
Thank you, guys. So good to see you.
And it's just Gal Gadot who's there. Now, this is on Good Morning America. If you look, you see a bunch of clips right now of Gal Gadot by herself doing the Snow White press tour. Here she is on Live with Kelly and Mark, Gal Gadot by herself. This was from yesterday. Jimmy Kimmel by herself. This was yesterday. This seems to be the strategy going forward. Let Rachel Zegler go and sing at something. Let her do a Tokyo thing where she sings an a cappella version. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let Gal Gadot be the one who goes around and talks to the press because she might not say as controversial of things.
I was right. That's all I got to say. Doesn't happen often.
That's all you have to say?
Well, here's some more news. Because I was just talking about the Hollywood red carpet. This just dropped just now. Variety, Disney is hosting a Hollywood premiere of Snow White on March 15th. But the red carpet will not include the dozens of media outlets usually invited by Disney to interview the cast and creative at it premieres. Instead,
so no, you're not going to have... Is this the gayest Snow White movie ever?
No.
Questions like that. Like, those people are not going to be there. This is so pathetic.
Look at this. Instead, coverage will be limited to photographers and a house crew. The studio did not comment for this story, but the scaled-back plans come amid controversies surrounding the Mark Webb-directed film. What's the controversies, huh? What could be the controversies? I wonder.
Like, they are desperate to not have Rachel Zegler speak or answer any questions. And honestly, probably the right call. Probably the right call. It's unfortunate that that's the reality for them. I obviously think the movie's going to flop, and I'm going to laugh if it does flop and when it flops. However, it's probably the right call for them is to muzzle this woman, not let her speak to anyone. Because that's the only way she's probably not going to say something fucking retarded.
Yeah.
But there you have it. The Snow White press tour, the thing they desperately need to drum up ticket sales, which right now box office projections do not look good. Gal Gadot's the only one that's going out there and actually doing a media tour, whereas Rachel Zegler is just dressing up and singing for people. What a nightmare, man.
The
person you decided to cast as a Disney princess that you are afraid to let her speak because she's so fucking retarded and she'll say something stupid to do further damage to the movie.
I'm actually kind of surprised that, and maybe this will still happen, that they haven't taken her to the different Disney parks and put her in like a parade, like they have done with other films in the past. You're not even hearing that. There's Disney parks all over the world. She could have easily gone to any one of them and they could have just said, oh, and our new Snow White, Rachel Zegler, and have him wave at the crowd and all that stuff and do some press that way. But they're not even doing that. It's still early. It could change. But I think they would have done that by now. So they're not even doing that. They should just take it on the chin and be like, we got a surprise for everybody. We're going to put this straight onto Disney Plus. Because we want
they can't do that.
We want everyone to enjoy. I know they won't, but they should have just done it.
It would also be retarded, right? They've spent upwards of $300 million on this. So even if this movie completely tanks at the box office, which it likely will, right? Even that, say it makes $400 million worldwide box office or something like that, and it's a huge loss for them, multi-$100 million loss. It's less of a loss than it would be if they just straight up put it on Disney Plus, because that's where it's going to end up anyway.
You're thinking $400 million?
I think that's a pretty fair judgment right now. Somewhere between 350, 400. We'll see. We'll see how the opening weekend
I'm going to say
how the second weekend looks. But when I'm looking right now at projected ticket sales, some places have it around 53 million, some places more around 60 to 70. About 2/3 in general of what Little Mermaid did. Little Mermaid was like, what, $570 million worldwide. Rachel Zegler, 2/3 of that would be 350 to 400. So that's kind of my guess.
I'm going to say 310.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 310.
Maybe.
Worldwide, 310.
And Captain America, Black Brave New World, raced to 400 million.
Yeah. Raced. It made it. 400 million. I'm telling you, man, I just feel like there are so many people that just hate Gal, and then the other half hate Rachel, that people are just going to refuse, even overseas. The only place it might do really well is maybe in Japan, or China.
You think it's going to do well in China?
Maybe. I mean, she's over there now in Tokyo, in Japan. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think she's headed to Spain right now. I think they're doing some things in Spain.
But they're like canceling like red carpet premieres to even show the film.
I think it'll be I think it'll have a higher international split than it will domestic for sure, which is typical for these movies. It was a little bit different for Black Little Mermaid. International audiences really rejected that. I don't think it'll be quite the same disparity. Or I think it'll be more of a disparity between domestic and international than we saw for Little Mermaid. But either way, it doesn't have a shot in hell of making any fucking money. Even if this movie made 570 million like Black Little Mermaid, it would still lose money because Little Mermaid lost money, despite what AI or Grok might tell you, because it's based on outdated information. Retarded Grok, retarded AI. I'm so tired of this shit. They spent $300 million on The Little Mermaid. Reported the budget is 250, ended up being 300. They spent about $150 million on marketing. It didn't come close to breaking even at 570 million.
Don't forget they got paid for putting it on a Disney streaming service.
Yeah, that's how they Disney's like, oh, well, we're paying $100 million for the rights to stream this on our own streaming service. Well, that's taking money from one pocket into another, and it's a sleazy way of trying to make it look like your films are making money when they're not.